4 minutes, 52 seconds. 4 minutes, 52 seconds. That's how long Young Ripper spent announcing the Rippaverse pre-orders. But you can pre-order the books July 11th. He spent 4 minutes, 52 seconds announcing this. 4 minutes, 52 seconds. I want you to remember that, because within that time frame,
he didn't tell us shit about the books. He didn't tell us nothing. He showed some images. He announced 2 title names, but didn't tell us anything about the actual books.
Promotion 101, marketing 101. Promote the books. That's all I'm asking for. We got 2 titles. We got, what's it, Isom and Yara. Isom is the black guy who looks like, if you remember the old Wildstorm comics, Battalion's brother, looks just like him. Then he has the Yara chicks, a blonde-haired white girl. So he got the black guy, then he got the white girl. He showed a few more character images and stuff like that. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's talk about some of the things he said in this 4 minute, 52 second video where he didn't tell us anything about the actual books.
We want to know about the books.
If you're telling me to go pre-order something right now, what am I pre-ordering? Not going to pre-order anything just based off some generic images. No. Sell me on the story. That's all I'm asking from anyone, right? It's basic marketing and promotion 101. But what does he do in this 4 minute, 52 second video? He does the usual Young Ripper thing. Let me bash other companies and other creators. They don't care about the fans. We heard it before, Young Ripper. This is his opportunity to sell his books, his vision. But he's so preoccupied with his usual antics because he thinks he's the smartest person in the room, and by saying your shit, your stuff is trash, that people will automatically flock and buy his stuff, sight unseen. That's not smart. That's not how you promote. Again, I said it in a few videos. He has a huge fan base, so X amount of people will go and check out these books because they're fans of his. But what about the rest of us? What about the average comic book reader? What are you doing to sell these books to them? That's my question. Aside from his fan base, what is he doing to sell these books to everyone else? The whole Marvel, DC are trash, these other creators are trash, and they don't care about fans, and they don't care about the characters and all that. We heard it all before. Like, the dude has literally made thousands of videos saying the same thing. We heard it all before. 4 minutes, 52 seconds. Wasted. Wasted. At least 3 minutes of that. With the same rhetoric about, again, the bashing of other companies and creators. And I've repeated it several times in this video because that's what he did in his video. It gets old. It's stale. He needs a new song. Sell us on the actual book. So let's get into this video. Let's get into the video. Let's get into it again. In the video, 4 minutes, 52 seconds, he, the usual, we don't want no politics in comics. He's a known libertarian. Not only that, I bring it up because he's very vocal. If you're a very vocal, political-minded person, there's no way that those political beliefs are not going to be in your comic. I mean, let's just be honest. If I was a Christian and I'm writing, you know, a comic book, my beliefs will be in that comic book. Especially if I was a diehard Christian that it's like, oh, I'm all about the Lord. If you're a diehard political-minded person, that's going to be in your writing. You can't escape that. Let's be honest. The
Rippaverse is going to be filled with your political beliefs. It is what it is. Don't stand on a platform and dog people for their political beliefs, and your political beliefs are in every one of your videos.
You can't escape it. It's who you are. It's who he is. You can't separate the two. And if you do, there's going to be some bullshit seeping in there. Just saying. So, talked about the whole some creators don't care about the characters. Some companies, you know, they're just destroying the characters, and that a lot of creators are using comics as stepping stones. We've heard this all before. We don't need 4 minutes, 52 seconds of the same thing that he said in 1,000 videos. Promote the books. That's all I'm saying. Promote the books. Now, we're going to talk about the stepping stone thing in a minute. Because in this same video, well, we'll talk about it right now. In this same video, when he's talking about people using comics as stepping stones, and I've heard this from several comic gate related people, and not just them. SJWs have heard the same thing. People are like, oh, people are just writing comic books because they want to get into movies. They want a Netflix deal. They want an animation deal. Young Ripper, in this same video, at the end of the video, he said, yo, if this grows, I want to get into animation, movies, video games, all that, in this same video. So, how are you bashing someone else for writing comics to get into movies, animation, video games, and you yourself are admitting that's one of your end goals with your new company, is to get into video games, animation, live action movies? Your words, his words. So,
it's bad for this person over there to write comics in hopes that his creation will be turned into a video game, movie, cartoon. But it's okay for you. I don't get that. I hope.
Maybe, since he's the smartest person in the room, maybe he can explain why it's okay for him, for that to be his end goal. It's still, but it's not okay for someone else. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Now, he does reveal, like I said, 3 minutes of the video is just bashing. Then he actually talks about his company. Again, not about the books. We get some images. We get the Isom and Yara character names. But he talks about 3 principles for his company. 3 principles. And he said these principles will be in each and every book. He'll put a page with these principles in it. Good idea. But any creator who's printed books before will tell you each page matters because that's going to add to your printing costs. Just saying. Just saying. So the 3 principles, and this is one thing I want to point out in this video. The first one was respect the customer. I like this principle. Let's respect the customer. Let's respect people that are investing their time and money into buying these books. No problem with that. Then he adds in this 4 minute 52 second video, as long as they respect us. You lost me. You lost me. I was all for respecting the customer until he added the as long as they respect us. What that's saying is, if they don't criticize us, if they keep their damn mouth shut, if they just give us their money, we're cool. This is backed up by his new video that he released today, where he dogged people that are criticizing his announcement. And if he sees this video, he might do the same. You cannot trash fans or potential fans, potential customers, and think that's okay. What that's going to do is turn more people off from buying the potential product. You have to separate your ego and focus on the books and sell the books. That's all I'm saying. Respect the customers as long as they respect us. Anytime you release a product, it can be a movie, it can be a CD. Do people release CDs anymore? I have questions about that. It could be a novel, it could be a play, whatever the case may be. People are going to criticize it. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to be in the middle. And some people might find it to be completely trash. It's the nature of the beast. It comes along with putting any kind of content out there into the universe. And if your stance is respect the customer as long as they respect us from the get-go, you're putting your ego ahead of your creation. That is a no-no. Don't do that. Disrespect the customer. Because people are going to criticize it. It's going to happen. They may read your books and be like, yo, this is the worst thing I ever read. They have a right to that opinion. If they love it, they have a right to that opinion. But if you are already going with ego in tow and saying respect them as long as they respect us, you're going to create more enemies and you're going to lose potential customers. Put the books first. That would be my advice for him. Put the books first. Let the books speak for themselves. Let the books exist without Eric July, without the Young Ripper attached to it. Because eventually these books are going to have to stand on their own. That's all I'm saying. Second principle. Canon and continuity. It's that events matter. A lot of companies said events matter. Valiant, Boom, all these different companies. Characters are going to die. They're going to be dead. Whatever the case may be. We heard that before. But when you're starting a new company, and this is the thing with independent comic book companies, the shelf life is very limited. So, yeah, he invested, he said $100,000 and he was going to invest another $32,000 into this project, into this company. Let's see how many books are actually produced and what time frame. Because it's easy to say continuity matters when you haven't released anything yet. And if you only release, I'll say 5 issues of a book, yeah, it's going to matter. It's going to be cohesive. No problem there. Let's see when you get to issue 100. Most independent comic book creators never get there. Most never get to issue 50. Most never get to issue 25. So right now it's a mute point. It's nice to say, but we have to see if there's longevity into this venture. It's a nice thing to say, and you know, I hope it happens, but we need some longevity before that point has walking legs. Last principle, third one. Comprehensive timeline. Again, we have to see the shelf life of these books before that even matters. He did say something that was interesting. He said they would keep reboots to a minimum.
You're just starting this company, bro. Why are you even thinking about reboots?
Again, The shelf life of this company is what's going to determine if they even get to issue 5 or they get to issue 500. How many books do you know from Valiant, Boom, IDW, Dynamite, the list goes on, that have reached issue, again, I'm just going to say 25. That's a fair number. Outside of the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, books like that, a lot of the titles, these are well-established companies. Transformers, G.I. Joe, I know, have not reached past 25, issue 25. It's not a concern until you start getting into issue what? 100, 200, 300, whatever the case may be. Again, the shelf life of these books is going to determine a lot when it comes to the last two principles. Because at this point, we haven't even read issue 1, so it's not a concern. It's not a concern. It's good to say. Sounds good. But until you actually start putting the product out there, until you actually get proof of concept, hey, this concept works. All right, this book is selling. We're going to keep it going. It's just talk. It's a $132,000 talking point with no proof of concept. Again, I said it 1,000 times. He's going to make some money off this because he has his loyal fan base. But the trick is attracting people outside of that fan base. You can't do it by wasting 4 minutes, 52 seconds bashing other companies and creators and not even telling people that you want to pre-order your books what the books are friggin' about. That's all I want to know. What the books are about. I shouldn't have to go to your website to find out this information. Potential readers should not have to go to your website to find out this information. And you're making videos daily. Wasted opportunity. Wasted. What the fuck? I should have said that in an accent. What the fuck are these books about? That's what we want to know, Young Ripper. What the books are about. When you're selling something to someone, you have to, again, get rid of the ego, get rid of your politics and your name calling and this and that, and sell the actual books. That's it. I told people I have a wait and see attitude when it comes to these books because I have no clue what they're about. Now we've seen some images. We got a couple character names. That's it. That's it. That's all we have to go by. Now, what's it? Isom? It's the black guy that looks like Battalion's brother. Am I impressed with the character design? No. And what's the girl, the white girl name? Yura? Am I impressed with her design? No. These are very generic character designs. And the other images, very generic as well. Nothing special about them that's going to make you run out just based off the visuals and buy these books. Is that hating? No. It's just being honest as a comic book creator who's worked in this field for years. Another thing or two about character design, color schemes, all of that to make something marketable for a potential audience. Right now, he may have potentially a great story on his hand. We don't know. We don't even know what the books are about. But based off design, character designs, they're very generic. That may be his intention. I don't know. But right now, based on the visuals, it's not making me run out and want to buy these books. Speaking of buying the books, he did reveal in this 4-minute, 52-second video that most of the books, they're going to be sold through campaigns, limited run campaigns on his website. We already knew this. That's not new information. He's not going the Indiegogo route with, you know, the rest of the Comic Gate guys, but because mainly he doesn't want to give them a cut of the money. He wants the money for himself. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with these books. My final thought is I just wish he told us about the actual books. Making a video that's 4 minutes 52 seconds just dogging other people, it's not how you promote. Very disappointed in that. That's why I keep, you know, going back to it, because I look at it as a wasted opportunity to get new customers, potential customers, to buy into the Rippaverse. Somebody made a comment on my last video about Young Ripper, and they're like, "Oh, you're an idiot." Let me be an idiot. I haven't dogged the books because I haven't read the books. Nobody's read this material. I can't say if it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever the case may be. Now, when the books come out, I'm going to check them out. And people that watch my videos reviewing comics, they know I'm very fair. I have nothing against Young Ripper. Don't know the man. I went on his show one time, a couple years ago, and I told him he was cooning for clicks. Said it to his face. Well, virtual face. I said he was cooning for clicks. We had a good conversation. Before the conversation with me, he had a conversation with Ernie, the Blurred Without Fear. Their conversation was completely different than the conversation I had with him. We had a very intelligent conversation. And if I ever speak to him again, it's going to be, again, another intelligent conversation. I explained to him why I thought he was cooning for clicks. He accepted that. He shared his thoughts. And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. He went on. I went on. We both still have our opinions. We both are very passionate about our opinions. And the reason I said he was cooning for clicks at the time was because I felt, and I still feel this way, it hasn't changed, that he makes a lot of his videos for a certain audience that are looking for that token black guy to rally around to back up their white supremacy. Yeah, I said it. And I honestly don't feel that he believes half the stuff that he says. But it works for the audience that he's built. Works for him. Not knocking the man. I'm just saying, call it a spade, what it is. And he's not the only one. So I made a video about using your platform in a responsible way. He has a huge platform, has a huge voice, and he could affect change in a lot of people's lives in a positive way. In a positive way. That's why I got off the whole SJW versus Comic Gate bandwagon thing, because at the end of the day, we're all fans of comics. We all want to see good comic books. That's all. So with the Rippaverse, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with it. Hopefully the stories are good. Some may be great. We'll have to see once he starts talking about the actual books. That's why I'm disappointed in this announcement video, because I felt he wasted his opportunity to talk about the books. Especially when he's like, yo, pre-order 7/11, come to my website. Wasted opportunity there. But, you know, I wish the man luck. You know, I'm going to check him out, give my unbiased opinion. I'm not one of these, what did he call them in this new video he released today? Hate watchers. Who comes up with these terms?
Who comes up with these terms? But if it were me, I wouldn't have responded to people just based off their criticism.
People are going to criticize what they're going to criticize. Good, bad, and different. And the more he responds to these people, the more it's distracting from the actual books. Again, I'm a comic book creator. I'm about the books. Let's talk about the books. Not feed into a narrative. It's not feed into what's woke, what's not woke, what's feminist, what's not feminist, whatever the case may be. When you feed into that narrative, you're revealing a lot about yourself in the process. Good, bad, and different. Good, bad, and different. So, let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Young Ripper announcement video and his new video where he's, I guess, reacting. We're just going to call it reacting to some of the responses about his announcement video and how, you know, his whole stance of, oh, you'll see, you're going to look like idiots because this is going to be successful. We're going to make money, that whole thing. We all know he's going to make money. We all know that. He has a fan base. When you have a big fan base, X% of the audience will buy whatever you put out, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's a beanie, whatever the case may be, a comic book in this case. That goes without saying. But again, what are you gonna do to get people that aren't on your dick? They're not sucking it. That don't even know who you are. Again, just based off the books alone, what are you gonna do to get them to come in and buy the product? That's ultimately my question with this. Anyway, let me know what you think of the Rippaverse. Are you gonna buy? Or are you gonna buy? Are you gonna back these books? Which titles are you looking forward to? What do you think of the artwork? Do you think Young Ripper is too distracted by this whole us versus them mentality and not focused enough on the actual books and selling the books themselves? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. I'm the Andy Comic Book Guy. See you in the next video. Peace twice.